Stuffy. Double up.
You're listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
Welcome everyone to Cult Talk Net's Cultober.
Yay!
I'm Ty.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Michael.
And today, as part of Cultober, we're reviewing The Stuff.
The Stuff. 1985. Directed and written by Larry Cohen. Produced the great Larry Cohen. I'm so sorry. I did forget that part of his title. It was produced by Paul Kurta. That was bold of me to try that last name.
It was. As soon as you started, I was like, hey, you can get that.
Starring Michael Moriarty, Andrea Mark.
Man, you're struggling with these names right now.
They're bad. They're difficult names.
Who's my star? Just give me. I want
Michael Moriarty.
Oh, that's
Mo? That's Mo.
Okay, what's the kid?
The kid.
Find the kid's name.
Maybe Garrett Morris.
I just want
possibly Paul
Garrett Morris is Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Oh, okay, that's Garrett Morris.
Sorvino is Spears.
Okay.
And I just want
Andrea.
I want Mo, I want the kid, and I want the woman.
Okay.
His girlfriend that he got in 2 days.
I'm assuming the girlfriend that he got in 2 days is Andrea Markovici. Let's find child. I don't see child on there. I don't know what his...
All right, so 85. What am I comparing this to? I know whatever I'm compared to.
Well,
it don't matter.
I tell you what, if you're a Cult Talk Net listener, a dedicated Cult Talk listener, then you know Larry Cohen. This is a Cult of Campbell alumnus.
Right.
Previously, we have reviewed the 1989 film Maniac Cop.
Oh, yeah.
Which starred, of course, Bruce Campbell. That was on episode 4, I believe, of Cult of Campbell.
Oh.
So if you guys want to check out our take on Larry Cohen's later works.
So,
yes.
Or if you just want another movie to know to avoid of Larry Cohen's, you could start that list as well if you would like.
Which Larry Cohen, he also pops up on an unreleased episode of Cult Talk Net. We did a 4th of July special on Uncle Sam, which unfortunately did not get released due to
we'll get it.
Technical issues.
We will get that out.
Yeah.
A little later than 4th of July, obviously. But
it's just going to be an extra at this point.
Yeah, it'll be a little special bonus for our cultists.
What we'll do is we'll get you just a video at the beginning, just introducing like what could have been, and then just run it like normal.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Just a bumper at the beginning, video bumper at the beginning.
So what made us decide to do The Stuff as part of our Cultober special
you
event?
decided, I'm sure.
I did.
It was.
That was an executive decision on my part.
What you all don't know is that Tyler hates his friends.
He does.
And he likes to put them through torturous films.
I like introducing you guys to quality cinema. Which you
use that word so cavalier.
Which you guys like to avoid, so I have to, educate.
Broaden our horizons.
You use that word quality, but I don't know if you know what it means. I think you should maybe Google the meaning of quality.
Michael, I think I found the name of the kid. Is the kid's character named Jason?
Sure.
Was it Jason?
It's the kid.
Yeah,
Tyler.
Jason,
it is. So that's Scott Bloom.
Scott Bloom.
I'm sure.
Scott Bloom kicking his career off in a big way. I'm sure it was they strapped the rocket boots on the kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Shot him right to the big leagues.
Yeah.
Can you guess the budget?
I'd say what, 5?
You're thinking 5
mil.
You think 5 mil. You think 5
5 mil.
500 mil. 500
5 mil. No,
5,000.
You think 5,000.
I'll say 5 million.
5 mil, 5,000. I've got a budget of 1.7 million.
Oh, that's impressive.
What did the budget go to?
They had some really good miniature work and stuff. Like they had some good
location.
Effects.
I think a lot of it went to the location.
Garrett Morris, I believe, was kind of like a big deal design.
And I guess they did have big sets a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, they did. It's
diversity of sets. Yeah.
But you know what? Let's talk about that in our next segment. Ooh. Let's go ahead and let's get stuffed.
Everybody has to eat shaving cream once in a while. You know why they call me Mo?
No.
why? Because every time people give me money, I always want more.
Was my first experience watching this stuff. I had never seen it before, and I've never even heard of it before I decided to embark on this Cult Talk Net journey with you folks, because even in the prep stages when we were still doing beta episodes, as far back as then, Tyler was saying, you know what? I want us to cover this stuff at some point.
Tyler has introduced me to many films such as this. And no sooner than he introduces to me, I promptly try to forget them. That way what I need to do is I need to remember them so I know to not watch them again. Because what will happen later, I'll end up having to watch something again. He's like, you haven't seen this? You gotta watch it. It's just, I have watched it. I forgot, and I make myself sign up for it again.
You deleted it out of your brain. Oh, I do that all the time. Like, I'm going to wrap myself out. My brother Ian loves to tell all sorts. He's got all sorts of crazy stories, right? And they're very good stories. He's a good storyteller. I get to hear his stories a lot.
Yeah.
And he usually will ask me, oh, did I tell you about blank? And I can't remember the particular detail. And I'm like, I don't know. Refresh me. And then I get the whole story over again. And about 3 words in, I'm like, oh, I've already heard this.
But keep going, my guy.
Yeah, but keep going. So I'm very happy Ian's on podcasting now. So he gets to talk to people.
He's got an outlet.
Siphon it out. All our blessed listeners.
So now what he can do is like, have I told you about it? And you'd be like, no. Well, it's on this episode.
It's on this. Yeah. Refer you to this episode.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. I'm going to ask Ian if he's seen the stuff, and I'll refer him to this episode.
Yeah.
I think Ian might have enjoyed this stuff.
I think he would. I think we should make Ian watch this.
Mike, what about you? Have you, this is your first time watching this stuff, or did I show you this before?
No, I've never seen this. I would remember if I seen it.
Are you sure you didn't delete it?
No, if I deleted it, I deleted it hard.
This is definitely not my first theme count. This is a movie I literally can throw on any time. I literally can throw on any time. I remember a lot of times, like, I used to have it on DVD, an old DVD, like 4-pack or something like that. Like back when I was in high school. And I remember, like, I would have, like, days I'd stay home from school sick. And that's what I would do. I'd be in bed, sick with a blanket on, and I'd throw on the stuff. It's a comfort movie for me, really. It's like, it really is. And like, there's a lot of like winter days when I'll just like cuddle up and watch the stuff and eat a thing of yogurt. Like, that's like a thing. Like, I really will. Like, it's like, it's so comforting and just soothing to me. I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't really remember the first time I watched it. I can't remember the first time I watched it. I just know I had it on this like DVD multi-pack one time, and I watched it and I was like, this is amazing.
I guess
it's so good. And like, I just watched it, and like, as I grew older, I kind of understood the deeper meaning of it, and that it has something to say. It's does. It's got a point to be made, and I think it does it very well.
Yeah, I can't say I ever did anything like that on a snow day. I probably did lamer things. Like, I learned to solve a Rubik's Cube in one day staying home because I had nothing better to do. So that was my day. So I guess I could have been watching the stuff.
Could have been watching the stuff, eating yogurt.
Yeah.
Eating yogurt and watching the stuff.
But then how am I going to get all the puss with my Rubik's solving skills? Obviously.
That's true.
Flash them your special edition, limited edition stuff Blu-ray.
with
a limited edition cover on it. So.
All right. Well, Tyler, jump us into this film so we can get it over with.
The stuff.
It opens
on a snowy day somewhere in like some old like a refinery or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just this white stuff that's bubbling on the ground. And then a homeless man enters and says, "Oh, what's this white stuff? That's delicious."
Just sticks some of it in his mouth off the ground.
Yeah. And then we cut to like an undisclosed time jump.
Yep.
So we have one of our protagonists, Jason, the small child.
Yeah.
He wakes up in the middle of the night. He's burning up, so he closes his window because he's burning up.
I thought that was so weird. It's like, he does look sweaty, like he's really hot, but why are you closing that fucking window, kid? Get some air.
And he makes his way downstairs, opens the fridge to find that there's a tub of this stuff called the stuff.
The stuff.
Very cleverly named.
It's a like a white yogurt like substance, and it's moving. It like the thing is tipped over.
Yeah.
And it's like moving back into the thing.
Bulging
and his asshole dad shows up and is like, "What the fuck you doing? It's
you scared the shit out of me." Yeah. Like, oh fuck!
This is my time, god damn it! I stabbed the house.
Pull this shit again.
And like, he's like super pissed, and his son is like, sick and came to the
went to the fridge.
You little fucker, this last time you pull this shit. It's like keep saying too, like keep pulling this stuff. Like what? He
like, oh my
he
God.
pulled nothing. He got up. I'm hot, trying to cool off.
Literally stepped out of my room into sight, Father. Fuck you. Good Lord.
Super pissed about it.
There might be more abuse in this. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
like,
are so
for no fucking reason either. They're just like they're like assholes and pricks. So we cut from there to I think it's New York or Miami. We have a yacht
on the yacht.
Where there's all these well-to-do white businessmen.
Yep. All owners of dessert companies.
Yep, various dessert companies. Apparently the producers of the stuff. It's been out for like 2 months at this point, we learned.
2 months.
And they've already overtaken Chocolate Chip Charlie, which is the biggest cookie manufacturer in America. So they've overtaken it, and they're worried their businesses are next. They're the stuff is just cornering the market.
Yeah.
And then by way of speedboat comes our man,
Mo,
industrial espionage expert.
Yes,
David Mo Rutherford, played by the oddly talented and entertaining Michael Moriarty, who he is just such an interesting actor. Like the decisions he makes, it's it baffles you. It's like why are you delivering that line that way? But you love it because it's so interesting. And
he really owns his lines. Like I'm delivering it this way, and that's how you're getting this.
And when you sit back and analyze his lines, like he just like this is bullshit. Like this is just like dumbass fucking lines. But he is just like he believes them. He's like saying them with such gravitas and just so charismatically. You're like you believe what he's saying. It sounds natural.
He's like one of those people when they're like it'd be someone explains something to you with such confidence. You have no choice but to agree because you're like, I don't even know what I was just said to me. Like, and that's just him with all these people.
That is a good point that you made. Like he just kind of owns that delivery, and that just kind of goes to show you, like people can complain about bad writing and poor dialogue, but boy, the right performance. If you can get the right delivery down, he makes me believe that you can make even the worst of lines believable.
He's so like just the decisions he makes, the way he delivers lines. It's very interesting. Just like it just makes you believe what he's saying. The dumb poor dialogue he's like spouting off. You believe it.
Honestly, his performance was probably my favorite part of this movie.
Oh, his performance is great.
Yeah, he's one of the ones I care about. So I need to know who played Mo.
Yeah, who played Mo?
Why do they call him Mo?
Because every time they give him Mo money, every time he gets money, he just wants Mo.
I was expecting that to come back a third time.
Right,
rule of threes, but he only did it twice.
Because they do the first two times fairly like
kind of almost back to back.
Yeah, almost back to back.
Close.
And I thought, this is going to be a thing every time he introduces himself. We're going to hear the why he's Mo.
Yeah,
I would have liked if he had like a different thing other than the same line, just kind of around. If he had just different ways of
different little suave.
Oh, you expected more depth out of this film?
And on this yacht,
we have all these food moguls, and they're going to offer him a handsome sum of money to find out what is the stuff, because the stuff, it has no ingredients on it. Everyone that approved it on the FDA has either fled the country or disappeared entirely.
Yes.
And no one knows why. No one knows what happened. That the stuff just like was fast tracked to market. And it's, I think this is, prior to this is the first time we get the stuff commercial.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there's a few.
Weird.
They do work in a few of those commercials.
I wish they would have done them more, but probably a little better. It's like the first one's super weird. It's that one woman, she's like very deadpan. She's like, when I was a little girl, I didn't think I would ever like anything more than ice cream.
Right, I didn't even realize there was a commercial going on. It was just some weird moment.
Yeah, I was watching. You watch this, I'm like, that's not a very appealing commercial. And you find out later that's like one of the main aspects of the stuff is it's marketed well. It's like, like we meet the marketing lady and she feels guilty about the work she did.
Of course, if you have something that's supposedly that good, it don't take much to market it.
Right. You just got to get people's attention to it. That's all.
So Mo, he is just like he's been outcast by everyone.
Right, because he keeps kind of screwing him over through his job.
Yep.
He plants, we see his secret powers of planting
because he's all about like blackmailing and espionage
devices.
That's what he does. He blackmails everyone.
Yeah.
And like he just like randomly knocks that one dude out. Like as he's leaving. The one guy's like,
he called him an asshole on the way out because like, and to be fair, Mo like had the certified check written to him.
Yep.
As he's walking out, he shows it right in that guy's face. That guy's like, asshole. He turns back around. I don't remember what Mo says.
Just cold cocks him.
He says something. He says something.
And then he's just like, punch. And
that's the first of many, just one punch knockouts.
Yes.
That he fucking lands.
Every punch this man throws
he only
is
needs
gold.
one.
That's all he
And
needs.
one and done.
They are
like
done.
Mo, he just one and done.
Yep.
He ain't got time for anything else.
No.
He's a busy man.
That's right.
That's
right.
So he leaves the boat.
Yep.
Yeah, he leaves the boat, and this begins our big it's sort of which movie he picks up some scope because we get to follow Mo as he just travels, I guess, the southern U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets all over the place really quick.
He does. This guy does get
It
around.
all seems like a matter of a couple of days. I don't they really don't give anything to tell you the passage of time as he's traveling around and everything.
No, we do not. I think this is where we get introduced to marketing lady.
Our marketing lady, yeah.
He introduces
we go to a film shoot.
Yeah, she's running a commercial.
And he introduces himself as like a rich oil man.
Right.
Yeah. He's wanting to buy the woman's services to sell his low quality petroleum.
Right.
He wants her to sell as something that everyone needs.
That's right. Yeah.
And because she does a great job with the stuff.
Yep. Came up with the name and the marketing strategy and everything.
So yeah, that's a big thing. She came up with the name, the stuff.
I was
genius.
What a lazy name.
With the name.
You mean you called this stuff? You can't be calling the stuff the stuff.
Yeah.
It's
what is this?
It reminds me when I was younger. I had this dog, and it kept coming around. I called it. It was a puppy, so I always called to it Puppy. Eventually learned to answer to Puppy, so I kept its name Puppy.
His name was just Puppy.
That was something that real happened, and this is exactly how the stuff got its name.
I mean, the stuff isn't a bad name because it is one of those things. It's I love the stuff. Oh, that stuff is awesome.
Right?
Man, give me some stuff. Oh, I need
Want
stuff.
some of that stuff?
Yeah.
Make some more stuff.
I love the stuff. So, it's just such an easy name, but it's you came up with that. Wow.
Yeah. You came up.
I'm sure you worked a couple of brain cells for that one.
Yeah.
Which it actually kind of works because, from what I've been reading, this movie was kind of mismarketed at the time as a horror movie, whereas really it was in stuff a little bit more forgivable to me. He's really they just call this shit the stupidest stuff. So there you go. It's called The Stuff.
Yeah, I think there's a few movies that kind of have that happen. Like Night of the Creeps. If you didn't go in, like Ian said, if you didn't go into that knowing it was supposed to be a comedy,
right?
You would have just be like, this is a terrible fucking movie.
Yes.
So this might be another case like that. What was that one movie? Very Bad Things.
Oh,
if you go into watching
Christian Slater, that's a great fucking
You ever seen
movie.
that?
No.
Oh man.
Oh man. It's like it came out in the 90s. It's basically The Hangover, but if everything went terribly bad, it's almost like a thriller.
But it's
a comedy thriller.
But it is a comedy. But if you watch it, if you went into it not knowing comedy,
you
wouldn't know comedy. You'd be like, Jesus Christ, all this stuff. Anyway, speaking of the stuff.
Yes. Speaking of the stuff.
So I think after this, did we already miss the part where fucking Jason goes on his little shopping market spree?
But first, we're not there yet, but we need to get back in the house the next morning.
That, yes.
Because they're all eating the stuff.
Breakfast.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, their breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole family gaga over the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you guys shouldn't eat that. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's spoiled. No, it's not. Does this taste spoiled? Taste it. That's how you tell things are spoiled.
Yeah. And then his mom he knocks the stuff out of his brother's hand. It splatters across the counter,
and he just runs off.
He runs off, and his mom starts cleaning. She's like, "Oh wow!" She's like, "It's not leaving a spot.
It's low calorie. It's delicious, and it doesn't leave any spots."
Because she's so worried about staining, and he's like, "No, it just comes right off."
Yeah, just literally talking like a commercial.
Yeah.
And then I think after this is when we get the supermarket, right? After this, right?
I think so.
Because
I believe so.
He walks into the crowded supermarket, and you see the stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
It's there's like 6 or 7 cases of it. Everybody has stuff in their car. You see people just eating it there in the aisles.
Right.
Which I'm confused if it because it's refrigerated for the most part,
right,
or freezered or whatever.
But then
there's a bunch in the market just out and about.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like frozen yogurt. You have frozen yogurt. You have real yogurt.
Or it's just where they have so much of it that they just run out of places to put it.
It's low calorie. It tastes great. Doesn't leave stains, and it works in a cold or room temperature.
It never melts. That's one of the slogans for it.
It's like ranch or something, because ranch works at room temperature too, I guess. It's like a ranch.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a ranch yogurt hybrid.
Ranch yogurt hybrid.
Yeah, it's a dessert, so it's sweet.
Yeah.
A sweet ranch yogurt.
Yeah, it's a dessert.
It's definitely meant to be a yogurt. Has to be. I don't know. It's come from the ground. Who fucking knows? Anyway, he goes around destroying this entire supermarket.
It takes like 3 grown men to like wrestle him to the ground.
To finally restrain him after he like literally just obliterates the shit out of like.
Yeah, even as it's going on, you're like, there's no way he gets away with all this.
No, like everyone's kind of like steps back, and he just fucking destroys like hundreds of dollars of merchandise.
Yeah, I mean, he is swinging a stick around. I don't know if I'll chase that kid either, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, fuck him. I'd punch a kid out if I had to.
Not this kid.
Not that kid.
So Mo, he was back on his hunt to find the stuff. He finds a lead to one of the FDA people, right? I can't remember their name, but one of the FDA.
Oh, right, with the dog.
With the dog.
I can't remember his name either. But the dog's name is Ben.
Yeah, he goes to the guy's house.
Yep.
He has a big, like, what, Great Dane or something like that?
Yeah, it looks, well, I don't know if that's
Doberman.
a Great Dane, but it's a
Doberman.
Doberman? Yeah.
Doberman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Dobermans.
Gorgeous dog.
Gorgeous dog. He finds out it's only 1 year old.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, how'd it get so big? He's like, oh, I feed it good. And he starts going on, questioning him, like, how'd you guys approve this stuff? And he's like telling him, like, oh, it's it's different for dessert. It's not pharmaceuticals.
He's basically like, if it doesn't cause anything problem, we don't have a reason to say no to it.
And he kind of cites some, and I wanted to look it up if it was a real law or policy or whatever, like that was related to the secret ingredient in Coke.
Yeah, that's earlier. That's right before he goes there.
Oh, is that before?
They're in a lab trying to analyze the stuff. And they can't find anything about it.
Right.
And the guy mentions like, oh, it's some kind of law. That's why Coca-Cola is able to protect their secret and their secret syrup.
No way this movie's sponsored by Coca-Cola, is it? No way.
I doubt it.
I know in the 80s, Coca-Cola, like, they handed out sponsorships like crazy.
Oh, did they really? Well, could be.
We had a very prompt visual of like Coca-Cola and McDonald's in this film.
Right. I don't think McDonald's sponsored, but Coca-Cola probably.
I guess KFC was in there
Coca-Cola, like, for some reason in the 80s, they put their product in a lot of like low-budget horror movies. Like, a lot of low-budget horror movies. Like,
it seems to have paid off in the long run.
Yeah. So there's some kind of law apparently that you can protect certain ingredients.
Yeah, it's like it's like, it's not copyright or trademark, but it's something in that same vein.
Right.
I can't remember what it's called right now though.
Yeah, and I can't either. He mentioned it in the movie.
It is a real thing though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is. That law is a real thing where you can keep your recipe a secret.
Right.
So when we're at that guy's house, we notice his dog. When he first walks in, he's like, oh, this dog is so sweet. It's so nice. He's like, yeah, he's a good boy and all this stuff. And then we notice when he starts questioning the guy about the stuff, the dog gets like more aggressive. The dog starts like coming between them.
Yeah.
It's like coming between them. Like,
and you hear more snarls and growls.
As the guy is dispelling information, the dog is like.
Yeah, the aggressiveness of this dog is definitely in the sound design, because otherwise it's just a dog closing in between.
Yeah, you really never ever see this dog's face while it's snarling. It's blocked by something or off screen.
So the guy really just mostly dismisses the guy, like, it's fine, stuff is fine, don't worry about the stuff.
Don't worry about the stuff.
Don't worry about the stuff.
And then he dismissed himself to go do something. What did he go do? I don't know.
Oh, he went to go get some documents.
He's trying to find a list of like all the people that work for the FDA.
That's right. Yeah.
And the guy's I've got a list of everyone that works
you're lucky I don't throw anything away.
Yeah, and he like slinks off for some reason.
He's like eyeballing the dog really weird, and Mo looks at the dog and is like, he seems awfully afraid of you.
Yeah, because the guy tells him, like, I think before this or after this, like, tells him like, I eat the stuff all the time. I even feed it to Ben, the dog.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess you feed it to the dog. It must be fine. But he goes into when the guy goes upstairs, Mo like goes over to the kitchen and opens up,
and we see stacks of the stuff,
just cases of the stuff.
Yep.
And comes down, gets paper, and he leaves. And after he leaves, the guy's like, "All right, Ben, let's get a treat, huh? You deserve a treat. You've been a good boy.
As a matter of fact, we both deserve one, don't we?"
And then, fuck, I don't know what happens after that.
I don't know, but I think we come back to him and the dog is like attacking him.
Yeah, the dog is like attacking. This is like the first time we get one of the little animatronic shots of the dog's head.
Yeah, because I think they ran out of the stuff.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
ran.
happened.
Yeah, he's like, I'll buy more, I swear.
And that dog goes over and unplugs the fucking phone from the wall. That guy is crawling around the ground in just despair.
Yeah.
But nothing's attacking him.
No.
At that moment, he's just crying and he just looks up so calmly, and the dog's just like, and pull.
Yep. Just
And then
yanks
comes
the
back
cord
over
out,
and starts attacking him.
quote unquote.
Yes.
And we see, I think that's the first time we see the shit coming out of their mouths too. It's like a big blobby, mass of the white stuff coming out of its mouth.
Yeah, I mean, but really, this dog was not attacking. It was definitely like licking and playing.
Yeah,
with
it was just kind of jumping around like, wait, you want me to
They
do
did that cut
here?
to the one animatronic looking dog thing. It was real aggressive for like a second.
Right,
Did
yeah.
his barks.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this was a trained dog was the problem.
No.
Yeah, I mean, minimally, it looked like when we first saw the dog, he kind of, walked from the door and took his place in front of the couch really nicely. And you could tell he was looking at a trainer off screen when he laid down. But that's about the best performance I've seen out of the dog. So I think you're right. He probably wasn't very heavily trained.
I mean, I've trained Shy before to eat ham and look like she's eating jelly before. So
Yeah.
it's not hard
It's
to.
amazing what you can pull off.
with an untrained
the
dog.
right framing.
You just gotta feed them. That's all it is.
Just gotta feed them. It's all in the
What
food.
was you having jelly for?
We're not talking about it
Now it just sounds like perverse.
right
It sounds like you're something to hide now. You're just like,
There's a film called Jelly. Look it up. Not a Cult Films. It's on YouTube. Not a Cult Films. Jelly. Thank you. Moving on.
Very enthusiastic plug there.
Well, we got to break Tyler's because this podcast turns into the jelly behind the scenes jelly. Let's talk about jelly. We talk about it too long.
No.
So dog kills this guy.
Yep.
I don't know what happened
Seemingly.
exactly next.
so we also, when we was down in that lab, when we got the Coke exposition, a guy randomly just comes in, is like, look at this newspaper. This kid destroyed a supermarket.
Girl's in there with him from
Yeah.
the marketing company.
Who is now like his girlfriend.
Now she's
It's been a whole 38 hours.
Yep.
They're real in love now.
Yep.
They're in love.
He and it was funny because I'm going to back up a little bit to just go over this suaveness. He's like, hey, you want to get some dinner? And just completely leave this set that you're directing and go get dinner. And she goes, well, where you staying? He tells her. She's like, do you have room service? And it's like, oh, okay.
My limousine's outside. They
Yeah.
stand up. She's like, mine is too.
So is mine. And then, so now.
And then he's like, mine. I bet mine's bigger. Just what a weird
it's just
interaction.
like, yep. And now,
every interaction is weird with
now they're dating, apparently.
Yep.
So,
So anyway, down this
there we
lab,
go.
I don't know why, because as soon as he looked, like guy said something about the kid destroying the supermarket, he whispers to that guy
Yeah.
because I was like,
Gotta see this.
because at first I thought he was keeping it from her for whatever reason.
Right.
He went, I need to go see this kid. He goes over her. It's like, you need to meet me wherever I'm going to go meet this kid. Essentially,
Right.
So I don't know why you whispered, man.
So we have now that he has a list of names, he finds out that for some reason all the people that are on this list have their forwarding address
Yeah.
to
to-
Midland, Georgia. I think.
Midland,
Right.
Georgia, this little rundown podunk town. Everyone's got their forwarding address there, and there's only two people in the town.
Yep.
There's a gas station attendant and a store clerk.
That's right.
And apparently everyone has forwarded their addresses there, but are going to some other.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name of the town, but it's
Some
all
other
going to
town.
one town.
Yeah,
where they're-
everyone's migrating around, and this is where we're introduced to an underutilized character,
He is underutilized.
Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Chocolate chip.
chip
So
Charlie.
we see a car pull up, and Mo is like, "Yo, recognize that car?" And the guy is like, "I ain't never seen that car." And he like approaches the car, and while he's doing this, the gas station attendant like slinks off into
Just
the
runs
woods,
off
like,
into the woods.
all creepily. He's like,
Yeah.
"I'm getting out of
It's like-
here."
Doing that whole like looking over your shoulder thing.
and
Ooh.
just jets off into the woods. And Mo goes to the car, opens the door. There's no one in it.
Nope.
No one.
Nobody in
And
the car.
then from the other side of the car, in like a jumping scream,
Chocolate
comes Chocolate
chip.
Charlie. And they have a little tussle, and then he's just like, "Hey."
Hey, Mo gets the best of them.
Yeah,
He tosses him over and
yeah.
gets him full
That's
mount,
right.
delivers one punch,
One punch.
and Chocolate Chip Charlie's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, you're Chocolate Chip Charlie." And he's like, "Yep, that's me." And they're friends now.
Yep, they're friends now. Turns out Chocolate Chip Charlie was put out of business by the stuff, and he was here to investigate what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, that the stuff company came and like convinced his brothers and siblings and all this
nephews or something
to sell their stocks, and they became a majority, and they pushed him out. And, now everyone's moving around. He can't find his brother anymore, and he's telling him like, must be something about eating too much dessert makes people migrate around. And he's like, yeah, everyone's migrating around. And they go to the local convenience store where there's one person there.
Or was it a convenience store or was it the post office?
Post office. Yeah, post office.
Post office.
Yeah.
And they just stand there and then they take off.
And they walk.
There's a pause where they both acknowledge, like, yep. And then they walk off.
And then we're in the post office.
And he's telling him, like, no one's here. No, there's only two people.
Just leave us alone.
Yeah, just leave us alone.
We ain't hurt nobody. And
and
they're like, wait a second. There's only you here and the other guy.
Yeah, it's very weird. And the guy, the attendant there is acting very strange. He's like very lethargic.
Mo looks over and Mo looks over and sees that his trash can is full of stuff containers.
Right.
And he's like, hey, shift's about done. Why don't I take you get a bite to eat? And he's like, I've already ate. Excuse me. He's like belching, making all these like guttural noises. And then he like slinks toward the bathroom and like real suspiciously just like jets off into the bathroom.
Mo and Charlie just chilling here talking.
Yeah,
they sit there and talk about what the hell's going on,
just sorting it out.
And we find we get cut to the bathroom and the stuff is like coming out of this guy's throat.
Right. Yeah,
and
stretching his mouth.
It was weird because later on we see the same thing happen a couple times and it's different because so it comes out of this guy's mouth and then like scurries off.
Yeah, it like slinks out the window, like just shifts out the window.
Yeah, it goes out the window.
Whatever.
Mo and Charlie hear something. He's like, hey, why don't you knock this door down? Chocolate Chip Charlie punches through the door.
Yep.
It doesn't knock it down, just knocks a hole in this door.
A hole in it, opens it up. They come in. And then after they seen it, because he's like, you gonna follow that stuff? You gonna follow it? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna follow it. Like they saw what happened, but they didn't because it happened already.
Yeah, they're like, that's why, because later he says he's seen it move. We'll get to that, but he's seen it move too. I was like, no, you didn't.
Right, you kind of missed it. Yeah,
because they show that in the edit, the stuff leaves the window, and then they come in afterwards. But the guy's like mouth's all extended, and he's like a husk, you think, but then he comes back to life at the end of it. Like he comes back, which is weird because it's up to this point. Later on, you find out that it like uses up all the stuff in the body and like leaves it, and that's like a shell.
Right.
But for some reason, this guy comes back.
So it kind of looked like he still had some in his, like you could kind of see in his mouth that there was still some in there. But I was a little unclear on it too. But
that character does come back later, so I guess maybe all of it didn't come out, or
maybe some of it stayed behind. Yeah.
So they run off. They go out. They're chasing the stuff apparently.
Yeah.
And then just a bunch of armed thugs with pitchforks
out of nowhere
show up out of nowhere.
Yep.
And Chocolate Charlie's like, well, I only know how to do two things: fight and run. And Mo's like, well, pick a direction.
Just chill as fuck. And then they start running.
They run off where there's to this like little reservoir where conveniently there's a boat.
Yeah, there's a boat.
And listen, this scene, because we see the boat and they're running towards us, like, as the audience, they're running in our direction. And there's a sign kind of behind the boat. Well, some guy jumps out from behind the sign, but like he was positioned to hide from the camera, but he takes them by surprise. Like they would have totally.
Mo's on the boat trying to get the push off. Charlie. On the boat, trying to get the push off.
Yeah.
And then, Mo like punches a guy's like jaw off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. They start falling apart.
Yeah, he punches the guy in the face and his like whole.
because they're all like brittle for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because it's the stuff is using up their bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he punched this guy, like his whole face cracks open, a bunch of stuff comes out. I think Charlie like punches through a guy.
I think he punches through a guy's head or through a guy somehow.
Yeah, something like that.
So, yeah, they both just destroy bodies.
Just smashing with those lethal
fists. They get in the boat where the henchman conveniently pushed the boat off.
He didn't push him off. He was trying to get him.
Yeah, he's trying to get him and
just happens to also be pushing
him 5-10 steps and then getting hit and knocking off of the boat.
Right. And then
so they escape in their rowboat.
And then they end up at a diner somewhere in a diner.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
And they're like looking around and they're like, y'all got any stuff? And the woman's like, no, we can't get any. It's all on back order.
Yep.
Can't get it anywhere, apparently, which it's the last time we hear everything of the shortage of the stuff.
Right. That was the only time.
Wasn't actually a shortage.
No.
Yep,
It was weird. It's weird that they lied to him, though. Like, they don't know who these people are. Why are they telling them?
They're probably trying to keep it for themselves or something.
Maybe.
That might be it. Yeah.
People are hoarding the stuff now.
Right.
And at this diner where Mo tells Charlie, it's like, I need you to go FBI and let them know what's going on here because they won't believe me.
Right. You've got to get to DC.
Yeah, we got to split up.
They split up. Charlie goes off. Mo goes off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Jason's house, I believe.
The kid? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. The kid's house.
Yes.
His family's all about the stuff still.
Yeah, they're all happy now. His dad's all like super chipper. And
right.
His brother's being cool. Like they're all having like a family night, like playing video games.
Yeah. He's upstairs in his room grounded, though, I do believe. Yeah.
He's like, he's bouncing that fucking tennis ball, I assume.
You know I'm up here, right? It's like, yes, they fucking do.
They can hear you bouncing that shit.
They don't need you, man.
And he comes downstairs where his family's having this like family game night, and his mom is talking like she's in a commercial. She's like,
yeah,
like, is that what you're having for dinner? And she's like, yeah, we're dieting. I've lost 5 pounds this week. It's so delicious.
Which I'm still just unclear on the timeline of this film.
Right.
There's really not
we'll just accept things keep happening after the others.
Right. So his dad tells him, like, you know, if you're going to be with the family, you're going to eat like the family.
Yeah.
You're going to eat this stuff. You're going to go up to your room. You're not coming down until it's all gone.
Right.
So he goes upstairs, and his plan is to dump it down the toilet.
Yep.
Which he does.
Yep.
And the stuff comes alive for a little bit. Like
starts trying to bulge out of the toilet.
And he just flushes it. We never see any more of that.
And then he does the most peculiar thing.
Opens the cupboard and sees there's a can of Barbasol shaving cream, and he's like, "Oh, that's white. That's white cream."
Yep.
And he fills
the container up with the Barbasol.
Which I'm still confused as like how much stuff it takes to infect someone, because you didn't get all the stuff out. You ever like try to clean out like a thing of yogurt?
Oh, that's a good point. Like, there's always something, that layer left over. You got to scrape the bottom, and there's still some there.
Maybe he rinsed it out. We'll assume he rinsed it out, I guess.
He might have rinsed it out. We'll say that.
There we go. He was in the bathroom. So he comes downstairs and he's like, "Oh,
yeah,
tried it. I
delicious.
Love it. Yeah, I can't get enough of it."
You guys are right.
Then he
goes he's like eating it. And he's like
actual bites of shaving cream.
Just
but I liked how you can tell he's like not enjoying it. Though.
Yeah, he's like
the kid is like still like trying to he's pretending like he's eating shaving cream.
Mm-hmm.
He's like kind of retching a little bit and like forcing it down.
But he's fooling the family. He's like, "Yeah, I'm loving it. I want you now."
And he goes in the kitchen and there's having the scooping.
Scooped it up into a bowl in the center of the table.
Like a gigantic bowl of the stuff.
Yeah.
Big punch bowl full of it.
And then he sets it down and he runs off.
Yep.
Yeah, he gets sick.
I think it starts to make him sick, and he runs out.
Sick, and he runs off, and his dad tries, and his dad instantly has this like pissed look, and he's like eating it out. He's like,
he like tries it, and he's like,
"Son of a bitch.
Fucking shaving cream,
goddamn
piece of shit,
get him,
kid."
Yeah, get him. And
the whole family tries to run him down.
They take chase, and Mo just comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Get in! I've seen it move too." And
in the back of the car.
Nick of time.
Jumps in the car and drives off, fleeing the family.
Yep.
And he gets to Jason puking in the back of his car.
Yeah,
I love it. He's like, "Yeah, I threw up in your car." And he's like, "Yep, you did."
Mind rolling a window down.
He's like, "Yeah, I ate shaving cream. I'm sorry." He's like, "Sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream."
Yeah. It's like it's an old saying, like the old saying, sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream.
Sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream.
Which it's that old classic saying. Just like the saying goes.
Just like Grandpa always told me.
Yep. When life gives you Barbasol,
you gotta eat shaving cream.
Get a spoon.
I want to say it to people, just like,
sometimes
must be a saying in the Italian family, I guess.
There you go. Yeah.
I want to start incorporating that. Like, well, you know what they say when sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream.
Sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream.
I don't even know what the response would be. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, oh man, my tire's flat. Well, you know what they say.
Sometimes you gotta eat shaving cream. Like, how does that help?
Like, no questions asked. The dude's not like, why did you have to eat shaving cream?
No.
He's just like, yep, cool.
No, it was no
I get
question
it.
to him.
Nope,
He's just
he
like, that makes
understood.
sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
What they say.
Wish I'd have thought of it myself, kid. So they get, from there, we get to the airport where marketing lady is waiting.
Yeah, he brings this kid up. He's like, he's coming with us. And she has to, like, act baffled for, like, 30 seconds while Moriarty's talking.
Just the longest time in that
and she has
shot.
this pantomime, like, what?
And the kid's like, just like, saying something.
I
like,
never seen a plane like this before.
I've never been on this kind of plane before.
Yeah,
like,
this is a cool plane.
Yeah, cool plane. Never mind that you've effectively lost your entire family.
He never once shows like
any
my mom, my dad, my brother. They're gone.
No grief. He's just like, fuck the stuff.
Yeah,
like that's it.
To be fair, I don't think this kid's acting range is very, very wide.
I mean, that's fair. And you know what? We saw what his dad was like even before the stuff. He does have some piercing eyes. He looks a little freakish. He looks piercing his eyes are. Yeah, he does.
Like an ice cold fucking killer.
Like I almost wonder if that actor did grow up and murder.
The mess of people is terrible. You didn't hear about it?
Oh no,
that's how I'm gonna do it. Like,
jeez,
someone's gonna eat shaving cream.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta eat
the kid from the stuff.
Yeah,
you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shaving cream? What the fuck's this stuff? My fucking mom died.
My mom. Oh no.
I've done all I can do.
Sometimes you just gotta eat shaving cream.
So the plane lands. Apparently where they need to go, wherever everyone's migrating to.
Right.
The plane lands. He tells the kid, like, all right,
well, the kid's sleeping. I think.
Yeah, the kid's sleeping.
He tells the pilots, like, if we don't get back, take him to where the fuck ever.
Right. Yeah. No, yep, that's true.
So marketing lady and Mo, they jump off the plane and they're going where do they
go investigate the plant, don't they?
Yeah, they go to the
she's still playing marketing
right.
card.
So they get to actually kind of
get through the factory and everything, and they're seeing like the assembly line, how it's getting packaged and everything.
Yeah, they're kind of.
And she's like, "We'd really like to see like where you mix all the ingredients."
Right, like where do you make it?
And they're just like, "Oh no, we can't do that."
Pretty tight-lipped on that. Yeah, can't do that. Yeah.
And then they tell him like, we got you, y'all in a hotel.
Oh yeah.
The crash at tonight, and maybe come back in the morning. They tell him like, come back in the morning, like that.
Yeah. That's right. So they put him up.
While this is going on, though, the kid wakes up in the airplane.
Yeah.
And there's stuff on
the pilot.
The
pilot.
The stuff burst through the window. I think, and attacks.
I thought it burst out of the pilot, but I think you're right. It bursts in and attacks the pilot first. Yep. That's what it was. Yeah.
So
that kid luckily knows the anatomy of a plane.
Yes.
And finds the escape hatch in no time.
Right. No time at all. Goes right to it. Off into the woods.
Off into nowhere.
This kid's quite the survivalist, really.
He is.
Well, you got to be a serial killer.
So Michael Moriarty and or Mo and the marketing lady, they ship this hotel. They go in. And they they bet golfer or something. Like he golfs or something like that. And
he has so many lines.
Because he has some like insinuated like line about how she handles my stroke and my
yes, I know the line you're talking about, because it's about are the rooms adjoined?
Yeah,
because she like
so they go and they're
chilling in bed.
Sleep.
Yeah,
and then as they're sleeping, we find out that their pillows
are stuffed with the stuff.
It just
bursts out and slaps Mo in the face.
And he's smothering. He wakes up just struggling around with it, trying to get it off.
And he's like yelling while he's being suffocated. He's like, burn it.
Yeah.
Was he doing that?
I couldn't make out.
I was wondering how she came up to burn it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just reckless. That sounds like not a good idea to just start setting fire to something stuck in your face.
If you're telling me to, then fine.
Yeah. Right. So she grabs a bottle of liquor, throws it on there, and lights it on fire.
Yep. And I have to say, that scene where he was, before she lights it on fire, that was actually probably the most engaging attack of the stuff to me in this movie, because he really pulled that off well. Like he was selling that panic of like
Right.
being smothered and suffocated. And
I need to watch
you
more
know.
of this guy's. What else is he in? I gotta watch more of his films.
We do need
He
to watch
does,
more. I've got him.
What, Cult of Moriarty?
Cult of Moriarty. Oh my!
I know he's in. I've only seen him in this, and then Q, the Winged Serpent, which is another.
Okay,
it's a Larry Cohen kaiju.
I've got
because I wonder if does he act like that all the time, or does he act to his role?
He's just that's how he acts. He's just that's probably what hindered him too, like to why he never really did a lot.
I've got
he did receive an Emmy and a Golden Globe for his acting role.
in what?
And the 1978 miniseries Holocaust.
Is that right? Oh yeah, cool.
He also has a Tony Award, which is a
because something tells me like he's a good actor, and he was.
Yeah,
I think he played that. Because again, if we go into because you said it's supposed to be satire,
right?
If we're going into it, that like he did this character very properly. Then
Yes, he did.
like,
I agree.
Like I said, I've seen him in Q.
I have a long list of movies that I've never heard of.
I saw him in Q. He was in that, and that was pretty campy.
Yeah.
The Stuff, of course. That's all I've ever seen him in.
But he has a long. Does he have a long filmography?
It is a long filmography. It starts back in for film. It starts in 1971. My Old Man's Place.
When did this stuff come out? 85.
85. Yep. Q 82 is the one that Tyler had just mentioned. Although there's a bunch between 71 and 82. Bloodlink, Odd Birds, Pale Rider, Troll, where he plays Harry Potter Sr.
Ooh.
In 1986. So this
I
predates Harry Potter.
I bet he's a good actor. I'll never watch this stuff again. But
right. but I will definitely go out of my way to
check
see
him
Moriarty again. I really like him. Yeah.
You guys should watch the Q. It's interesting.
We can't trust
if you recommend it, we can't watch it. we can watch it, but do we trust it?
Every time Tyler tells me something's good, I was like, "Is it actually good?"
It's the flip of a coin. Sometimes Tyler's right. He was right about Bubba Hotep. You were right about Bubba Hotep.
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2. I'm telling you, it's like a 50-50. It's just some sort of weird toss-up with Tyler.
Well, the problem is Tyler knows a good movie by general standards of anyone else. But then he also has his definition of what a good movie is.
Yeah, I know legitimately good movies like, Jaws and Good Will Hunting.
Like he knows what good movies are, but then he knows what good bad movies are.
He wants that delectable trash.
I want that trash. I want that, escapist trash.
Just when you're tired of the mainstream, just come on over. They'll have you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Q is a monster movie directed by Larry Cohen.
Right.
God damn it. I mean, I love Larry Cohen. Where are we in this plot?
So
he got attacked. They burn it.
Yeah,
they burn it.
He tosses it. It kills it. Then like a random henchman comes in.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, a random henchman comes in. They throw him against the wall, and then the whole mattress
just
explodes into the stuff and like carries this guy up the wall,
the ceiling.
And
that was cool.
And this is where we start realizing.
I'm pretty sure the way they did that was because I watched the making of. I think,
of course, you did.
I remember correctly. They used the same mechanism they used in Nightmare on Elm Street. Because when Johnny
she's
Depp gets
getting pulled up when Johnny Depp gets killed. He gets killed in his bed, but there's a chick that gets dragged up the wall and onto the ceiling. They use
I'm pretty sure they use the same set.
And this is the point where we found
which that's a Campbell thing. If they use that same set that was used in Nightmare on Elm Street, they were watching Evil Dead.
There's our Campbell tie-in. Boom.
Like
Nailed
6 Degrees to Campbell or something?
6 Degrees to Campbell.
Is that going to be a new game?
I'm going to play it. I want to play it. Let's play that game.
We can't. Larry Cohen directed Maniac Cop. Very good 1 degree.
There we go. Yep. Got it in 1.
You all will be able to do that after all this after all that Call to Campbell stuff. You'll be able to do a 6 Degrees of Campbell.
Yes,
probably.
Because you're going to know everyone that's been in the movie The Campbell.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole thing. But anyway, at this point, this is where we start realizing that I don't know if he was doing it the whole film or if we just realized it here where he was giving exposition of the things going on.
Oh,
I think he did it a lot. We just started picking up here. Where
this is about where Michael
where
pointed it out.
where that stuff is exploding on the guy on the wall.
He goes, look at it. That was for us. Then like it's killing him. He's like, it's killing him.
It's like, thanks, Mo. I was having a hard time following.
Then from that point on, we just does it every time something happened. He'd be like, look at that thing happening.
This is why it's happening.
We're gonna stop this car here because it'll be too loud.
Yeah, because they go steal that guy's truck.
Well, they catch the whole hotel room on fire.
Oh yeah.
Then they hop in the car. They jet off,
drive off,
and she asks like, "What? Well, won't they run the plates get stolen?" He's like, "Well, we'll tell them that the man we stole it from tried to kill us." And she's like, "All right,
just drive right off."
Because he's got an answer for everything.
Yep, he knows what he's talking about.
He knows what's up.
So they start going back to the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go back.
They're going to take their own tour.
Yeah, they follow these trucks. Before this, Jason finds the plant and for some reason like goes climbs in the back one of the tanker.
He's like hiding on top of it, and then he climbs inside of it.
You're the whole time he's on top of this tanker, and then Eric's just like they gotta see him.
They had to. Like, how could they fucking not see this kid? He's wearing a bright ass shirt. Well, he's got people up higher up in the than he is.
Apparently he gets concerned of that too because he decides I'm gonna crawl inside.
Crawls inside of this tanker.
He's like, surely they see me. I'm crawling inside this big tank.
Right.
He's like, Eric's right. I'm gonna take cover.
He could hear you. That's what it was.
As the trucks leave, and then
he gets sealed inside.
Mo and all of them go follow with them, and that leads us to this like quarry where we see. I think one of the more impressive parts of the movie is the lake of the stuff.
Probably most of the budget.
Yeah, there's a giant, which is a miniature. They did compositing and stuff, but still, I think it looks pretty good. There's the stuff when there's like these giant
like nodes popping out of it, just gooey,
and they're like moving around and stuff, like they're alive.
Yeah.
But Mo parks the truck some ways away. He's like, "I'll park it here. It's too loud to drive it closer." So then they go out. Him and the marketing girl. What's her name?
I can't
marketing girl. Him and marketing girl start walking to the reservoir.
They see it, and he's like, "All right, you stay here. I'm going to go down."
And conveniently enough,
he's got a bag that has a matching yellow.
And she goes, "So that's why you saved that bag instead of my purse from the burning hotel."
Right.
So he goes down and like instantly gets recognized by someone. This guy like just follows him around the truck. He just knocks him out. Just like
one punch.
Bam! Knocks him out.
Takes that guy's hard hat, hangs on the front of the semi, and just keeps walking on about because like his whole plan is, I'm gonna go steal it because he's like, people need to know this is coming from the ground here.
Yeah, if he steals a tanker of it, so now that's what he proves.
That's he
steals no, it's just in a tanker.
Take a fucking picture, man. They're pumping it out.
He
of
had
this
a camera.
lake of
At
goo.
one point, he had a camera.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to it.
Her name is Andrea, by the way. Marketing leader. Oh, that's the actress's name.
Her name's marketing lady. I don't know
Nicole.
if you're looking her up.
Nicole.
Marketing lady.
Marketing lady.
Like I said.
Fair.
And then he goes like they connect one of the tubes up to the tanker Jason's in.
Yeah.
And it starts filling with the stuff.
And for some reason this kid becomes a badass.
I know, he's just like, bring it on, bitch.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Fuck you. Do something.
Yeah, do something to me. Come on.
Do something to me.
Mo hears that. Puts his ear over. He's like, "Hey, Jason, I'm going to get you out of here." And then the workers see it like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?"
Yeah.
And he just knocks all them out.
punch.
And hops in the truck and drives off. He meets the girl, but he drives off a little bit, stops, gets out, and he rescues Jason.
Pulls him out.
Just as the stuff starts to get him.
Yeah, they close it,
and then he meets marketing lady, and they start driving off.
Yeah.
And
then they get pulled over by a copper.
They get pulled over by a cop. Yeah.
Got a loose hose.
They're spewing the stuff. So they get
That's right. He's like, you got a loose hose? Like, well, what are you going to do? Officer, arrest me for indecent exposure?
Oh, Mo.
And this is where that kid starts to rub off on that kid because I forget what it is, but the kid's like, "What are you going to do? Frisk me or something like that?"
Yeah, he does. He's like, "Yeah."
And even the marketing lady is kind of snarky all of a sudden. They're like just all snarky at this cop. I don't know why they all chose now to be snarky.
I know, right?
They hang around Mo too much. I think they're badasses.
The cop just pulled the gun instantly.
Immediately.
Get the fuck out of the car.
Yep. And they're like, okay.
They come up with a plan. They see that the stuff is leaking out, and the woman's like, "Oh, all that stuff going to waste."
Yep.
Oh,
Terrible.
I gotta go get
Let's
me
go
some.
have
You
some.
know, ain't more than an hour without it. You got to get
Gotta
more.
have more.
So Marking Lady and Jason go over and pretend like they're eating it. And
Yep.
the cop's like, "No, you're right."
Yep.
And
Better start eating
he
some.
goes over and starts actually eating it. And then Mo comes up and just knocks him out.
One
Right.
punch.
Bam.
Bam.
And then this comes out of nowhere. Even
Yeah,
because
'cause
me as a fan of the stuff, I always thought, man, this is a really late entry.
Yeah, I'm really thinking
the
I missed
plot.
something, but you go ahead and explain what happened.
No, actually, you didn't. I heard they had large portions of the movie didn't end up in the final cut. Yeah, so they apparently lost some stuff. Not lost it, but yeah.
But what was missing to get from there to there?
That I couldn't tell you.
I wonder because I have that Blu-ray. Maybe I need to watch that Blu-ray. So I want to watch that Blu-ray once because I got it's on streaming. But maybe there's like mention of like oh yeah, I like what you did with that General Spears.
Right.
So, he was a
something. Yeah.
Let's go look. Let's go see him.
So they pull up to this like meadow where there's a castle.
Yep. Just this castle with a tower.
And
like
he parks
made of
the
stone.
semi.
He parks, tells
Quite
him
a
like stay
distance.
here, parks it away. He's walking up, then he's like a army guy exit the field.
Yep.
And he's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm here to see General Spears." And then a bunch of screaming army guys come out of the shitloads of machine guns.
Like, do they spend their entire day out in that field? Is that just how they spend their militia time?
I don't know.
Just hiding in tall grass, getting ticks.
So they take him up. They take Mo up to the top of the castle where he meets Spears.
Yep.
And he tells Spears like he's got blackmail on him. Apparently, Spears was sleeping with a 17-year-old black chick.
Yeah,
he says. Which you find out later, Spears is racist.
Which is weird because he is racist.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would, like,
they make it a point of that.
That would ruin his image.
Oh, in his mind. Okay, I get you. I get you.
A 17-year-old black chick.
Gee whiz.
It wasn't the 17-year-old part in his eyes. It was that.
It was that you. Yeah.
So he tells him like, I hate for those tapes to get to your wife and all that stuff. Then he tells him like, there's you're worried about the government putting fluoride in our water. Well, there's something worse. And he gives him the whole thing about the stuff, being distributed by the United States that's taking our people's mind, turning into zombies, and spins it to where it's something that General Spears predicted. I guess Spears is one of those like radio radicals.
Right.
And he's like, that sounds an awful like a sermon I preached last year.
Yeah, just imagine he's like a big Alex Jones or something.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
1980s Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones has been around since the 80s. I think he's been like going at this for a while.
It is Alex Jones.
Interesting.
He turns around to like one of those things. Like he's like, you're the prophet. He's like, all right. He's like, I've got to stop this stuff. And he tells him like, the plant's only like 100 miles away. Right by you, and he's like, "Oh, they're flaunting it in my face,
flaunting it in my face, fucking commies."
We're gonna stop this. And he like instantly just like, "All right, let's go take down the stuff."
Yep.
So they like gather. He gathers his troops. He gathers Mo and the kid and the marking lady.
Yeah.
And they take the truck. They pull up to the stuff factory, and one of his guys is out. It's like, "Oh, look, I found this truck. I want a cash reward. Open the gate, and I'll bring it in." And they open the gate.
Like, just drive it on in.
He's like, come on, bring it in. He's like, let's talk about the cash first.
And the guard's like, it's already been dealt with, and shoots the guy, which they never like react like,
blink to the face.
We lost one of our own.
Yeah,
like
I actually kind of liked that guy a little bit. Yeah, but they were like, fuck that.
Nope. Which they did. Just,
which there's not much resistance.
No, they didn't like run into hardly any. Yeah.
Bunch of fucking like low level workers that are just working for the stuff, and they're just massacring him. This leads to one of the bigger effects scenes in the movie, where one of the giant tanks of stuff explodes, spewing gallons of the stuff, which would have been an opportunity for some cool stuff. They just kind of like, it exploded.
Right.
They could have exploded it. Like showed how sentient the stuff is.
Right, because it's kind of like now it's free.
Right,
we've seen it move.
Thing, but 1980s
could have been like a flood of stuff heading for town or something.
Right.
We forgot to mention Mo even exploded all those rocks onto.
In the quarry before the escape with the truck. He did. Yeah.
So, like fucking up the stuff.
Yeah.
So they explode this. They've got victory.
Yep.
And now they need to go
get all the stuff that's out in the stores.
Spears tells them like, I own 2 radio stations in Atlanta.
Yep.
Let's go down there. I'm going to preach a sermon, and we're going to get the stuff off the streets. And this is the point where they all the army guys.
Oh my God! They fly off in the plane.
They run and scream into the plane.
Yep.
The plane lands. They run and scream
my
off
God.
the plane
to the taxi.
Oh my God.
to the
Oh,
fleet of
this
taxis.
was so
And
funny.
I love it. Like, he runs up, and the cab driver's like, "Where are you heading?" He's like, "Take me to a lane. I don't hear him with that liberal rhetoric." And like, because it's a black taxi driver.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Wow, they've been playing him up as racist the entire
Yeah,
time.
the whole time.
But I didn't honestly catch it until a little later
Yeah.
on. That's Paul Sorvino, by the way.
Paul
He was in
Sorvino.
what was he in?
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas. Yeah.
Paul
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Paulie.
Paulie.
Paul Sorvino.
Paul playing Paulie.
He cut the onion so thin.
Yes, so thin.
So they pull
Racist
up-
in the stuff.
So they told the whole army, well, this militia, rather,
militia. Yeah, they're
Yep.
militia.
run toward these 3 taxi cabs, just all of them. Like, yeah, 3 will, Eric is even like, yeah, 3 will work.
Yeah, totally. There's dozens of them, but what the fuck ever.
And those 3 take off, and then when we see them pulling up in town, there's like
There's
a
4 of them.
caravan of them.
Yeah.
They-
They have more.
They all hop out
Oh my
screaming
God,
and
I love
yelling.
this so
And
much.
Then Spears just holds his hand up and they all stop. He's like, "All right, man. I want you to tip your taxi drivers. Pay your taxi drivers 10% tip. Get a cash receipt. meet me in the lobby. When it's all done."
Like, he really assembled the men in a semicircle.
And they're all like, yeah! And then
Yeah.
he holds up his hand and they all go silent. He's like, 10% cash receipt. Go.
Yeah. Never seen men so happy to go tip some taxi drivers.
It's great. Oh, man.
That was good.
Oh,
good
so-
on him.
so
though.
good,
He tips well. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
He does. He makes sure that they're,
I that was probably the funnier moment of the film. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the first times I've caught it really because I think
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember that. I remember that.
that was one of my favorite moments in the film
So-
that weren't Moriarty.
They run into the radio station.
Yep.
The marketing lady starts writing up
Yeah.
some kind of announcement.
Like a statement
Yeah.
or
A
something.
statement,
Yep.
basically writing him a statement. And,
Mo's reading over it
Mo's
too.
reading over. I love it. He's just reading over. He's like, da da da, good, da da da. All right. And he's reading over like approving
Makes
it.
sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
And then in comes Chocolate Charlie. He's
Chocolate
returned.
Chip
He's
Charlie.
like, let me get in here. I'll kick your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. He's like, don't you know that my hands are registered? The statement is lethal weapons. Get the hell out of my way. And,
And they do let him in. I mean,
they
Yeah.
let him in. He runs into the room where Mo is. He tells him like, "Oh, DC was crazy. They were after me the whole
Yeah.
time."
Long story. You don't want to hear it.
Don't
Yeah.
hear it. Then Spears comes in and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah. Oh, and this is where we find out he's racist.
Yeah,
well, that's where we totally
We
found out.
found
Yeah,
out. Yes.
he's like, it's Chocolate Chip Charlie. You know, he's got all he can
Yep.
do all that. He convinced people. Everyone loves Spears.
Yep.
He's so liked. And then Spears reluctantly, it's like, all right. He's like, I will allow this, African American person to
Yep.
speak.
You cleaned it up a little bit for
I
him.
don't wanna cancel. I don't wanna cancel.
Yep. Yeah.
This
don't
movie was
wanna do
made
Didn't
that.
he just call him
85.
black
This ain't
man?
No, he used the other term.
Like not the N word, but
No,
just
the-
it
the-
just wasn't. Yeah.
I must have missed
It's
it.
clearly racist.
Yeah,
Very.
I'd
racist.
repeat it for you, but I don't know what they said. I didn't think it was anything that bad. So I
No.
wasn't paying attention.
it's a term that doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't fly. We don't want to get
it's
canceled.
not the N word.
Yeah.
Not another term for.
We're just
African-American.
we're uncomfortable. Yeah, that's uncomfortable. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, it's ain't 1985 anymore.
Yeah, not.
We're not on his
Nope.
white supremacist Georgia-owned radio station.
But he
We're-
apparently equates the man's race with being a commie, and he's like, "I'll allow him to talk, but
Yeah,
I better not
that's-
hear any of this commie shit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Speak
oh,
one word
okay.
of commie shit, you're done.
Yep, and that's yep,
So Chocolate Chip Charlie sits down with the marketing lady,
yep.
and they're going to start. She's like, tell me everything that happened. Tell me everything you know with the stuff. And he's talking about how when the stuff it's done, it just comes out of you, and it
Yeah.
just leaves a husk.
See what?
behind.
What it leaves you does to you.
And she asks him like, well, how do you know? Well, never mind. Why am I asking you like you would know?
You.
And he's like, oh, I know. And then like he's
Grabs onto her.
grabs onto her,
Yeah.
and then we cut to an animatronic Chocolate Charlie head where his jaw is like
Distending, his neck
and
is bulging.
the stuff is just pouring out of his mouth.
Yeah, into the mirror.
And one of the that's a creepy visual. The animatronic they have for Chocolate
Yeah.
Chip Charlie.
Yeah.
I always appreciate
It's-
about older movies. Like,
Yeah.
even though it's like,
even though it's fake, it's like creepy.
It's still very
real, it's
horrific.
tangible, It's
Yeah.
tangible. It's like ugh.
Yeah,
It looked just so freaky. It comes out of him.
Starts
and
filling up the
starts filling up
room.
the room as the kid comes in too. The
Yeah.
kid comes in, gets
Like,
locked in there.
yeah. He just runs in and then goes to a corner where he'll be trapped and
Yep.
starts screaming.
Yep.
he's not the brightest.
He's not.
Mo
He's really not.
shows up and he's in the other room. He's in the sound booth of it.
Yep.
Or in the recording. He's in the other section of the studio.
Yeah.
And Spears is going to like blast the thing with the machine gun. Mo's like, nope, takes the gun out, shatters the window. And then they grab 2 cartoonish wires.
Yeah, just like massive cords.
Massive cords.
Like, don't you shoot it in half first?
Yeah,
he shoots it in half. But it's the colonel or whatever that hands him the 2 ends of it, even though most of them,
2
I don't know.
gigantic wires.
Yeah.
They're like 3 inches across. They're massive.
Thick with 2 C's.
Thick with 2 C's. And he electrocutes the big blob.
Catches on fire.
Catches on fire. We save the kid. We save
Market Lady.
And then it cuts to like a recorded news thing, right? Or no, General Spears goes on the radio.
Right.
Then
they broadcast it.
Where he gets
his big bill,
broadcast.
His big Independence Day
speech.
And then we cut to the TV recording. They did. The nation
and they believed this.
They believed this.
Yeah,
and
over
the coming days, they destroyed all the stuff, and every place that held the stuff, we see like footage and like blowing up a stuff,
just like burning down blowing up the store, and
piles of the stuff
which
being burned.
To me, that is the most unrealistic part of this entire movie, is that somebody was like, "Hey, here's the facts."
Even I like,
and people are like, "Nah."
What would you do, Eric? You turn on TV tomorrow, and there's some news there. It's like Bang Energy. It's poison. It takes over your mind. It will kill you. And like
they don't know
I'll
what
be
they're
like,
talking about.
"Fuck you!
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy another Bang. They're just trying to control me."
Yeah, you're trying to say they're controlling me so you can control me.
They're trying to control me.
I'm not one of them sheeple. Fuck you.
I know how to think for myself.
Next thing you'll be saying cigarettes are bad for you, or tobacco, like some fucking crazy person. Jesus Christ, it makes me angry enough to spit just thinking about it. Stay away from my product.
You watch the TV, they're like going about Bang, you're like, Jesus. Oh my God.
Terrible. Yep. I'm going to take a sip of one right now.
Wow.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the slurp.
Ooh.
Oh, that was swallow.
There we go. Oh, it's delicious, low calorie, and it doesn't leave any spots.
Just staying there. Oh my God, this is crazy. Did you see this? Grab a Bang.
Grab a Bang. I need another Bang.
I need the birthday cake flavor. I got one in there.
1 can is the equivalent of 3 cups of coffee and might make my heart pop. Nice. No, I don't believe it.
My tolerance is fine.
Maybe the 80s were different, but I know if today, if it came out like that, people would be like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. We literally see that day to day. People are like, facts? Yeah. Fuck off with that.
Vaccine? Go to hell.
Go to hell with that vaccine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we're going to get canceled.
Yep.
It magnetizes you, you know.
They're going to track us.
Get those fucking 5G towers down.
Yeah. Your cell phones track you, right? Get the fuck out of here, you sheeple.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I can at least control that. I don't know what the settings are, though.
Yeah.
I put a piece of duct tape over the camera. I'm fine.
That'll solve it.
Oh, but I guess this movie is a satire. Yes.
Right. Because
people are stupid.
Maybe the 80s were different, but yeah, modern day, they made that.
I think it being a satire note, like it's realizing, like, no, people would not just agree to that and just do that.
That probably was the humorous part of it. They're just like, oh, here's this broadcast. Hey, people are believing it.
This racist guy on AM radio said this stuff was bad.
They're totally going to listen to that.
Yeah.
Didn't he have sex with a 17-year-old black girl?
Yeah.
It's fine.
This racist militiaman on an AM radio station that gets 10-mile range.
Oof, yeah.
He said the stuff is bad.
Boy, they really did make a racist guy a bit of the savior, didn't they?
Was the savior. And,
he was the prophet.
And the black guy that he didn't trust turned out to be a fucking
a sleeper agent.
Stuffy.
Yeah, a stuffy. That's what they called him, the stuffies.
He was that day on, like, I'm never letting one of them around me again.
Oh, man.
I made the mistake once, I'm never doing it again.
Never doing it again. Oh, God, Cohen, what if
he's erecting a statue of General Spears? Great man.
Great man. That's Spears.
He hated black people. Like,
is he our Trump?
He's our Robert E. Lee.
I saw some parallels. I did see some parallels. Yeah, there's some parallels there.
Very power
I think he's just Alex Jones.
Womanizing.
Definitely likes to be heard.
Definitely likes to be heard, yeah.
Don't we all, though?
I mean, You could say arguably that we do since we podcast.
Small penis.
Yeah.
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 So after they destroy all the stuff, what inevitably happens after something made illegal?
We see,
once you ban it.
Before that, we go to the owner of the stuff. We met earlier. We paused that scene.
Yes.
We met earlier when Mo was doing his undercover shit.
That's right. We
Forgot
did.
about
We
this scene
skipped that.
completely.
Those old men. Yeah.
So we cut to the owner of the stuff company.
Rich old white guy.
Mo comes in, is like, "Yeah, I took down the stuff, and you're out of business now."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you didn't hurt us at all." He's like, "The stuff is everywhere. It comes out of every orifice.
Comes out of the ground everywhere. Yeah.
And Mo's like, "Well, we'll just have to find those, blow them up too."
Yeah.
Like, he's just
like,
everything. He's like, "Oh, it comes out everywhere. Well, I'll fucking blow up everything. I don't give a shit." Like,
Just blow up the world. Why don't I?
Why?
Take care of that.
Yep. Get
I
rid
eat
of
your
that.
goddamn, zombie yogurt.
I don't need Mo stuff.
Yeah.
Then they have this.
You find Mo stuff. I just blow up Mo stuff.
Right. You know why they call me Mo now?
Mo stuff, Mo explosion.
Mo stuff, Mo explosion.
Oh.
So he.
So they introduced this new product.
Well, no. First, out of stage right.
Yep.
We
here
see
alone.
the owner of the other dessert factory who hired Mo initially comes out, and he's like, "Oh, y'all in business together."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's
had to happen
inevitable."
eventually. Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, the stuff is out. No one eats the stuff, but we came up with this new product, the taste, which is 12%. It's 12% stuff, and the other 82%
is like natural dairy product.
Yeah. So ice
that's what
cream,
they say.
basically.
So it won't have the same mind control.
Yeah, he's like,
Right.
it won't cause mind control. He's like, "Well, how'd you figure that out?" "Oh, we tested it." Like, "All right. Well, if you tested it,
Why don't you have a taste?
why don't you have a taste?"
Old
The
guy
goes,
goes,
No.
You go too far. It's like, okay.
And then in comes Jason
Mm-hmm.
carrying a crate of the stuff.
He's seen some shit at this point. You can see it in those piercing eyes.
Yeah, because Mo's like, "I brought some friends," and Jason comes up with the stuff. He's like, "Well, I thought you said you brought friends." He pulls out a gun. He's like, "I did."
Yeah, this is my other one.
He's like, this ain't no place for a kid.
And he's like, "This ain't no place for a kid. You wouldn't make him watch this." He's like, "Oh, he's been through enough. His whole family's dead."
And the kid really does look like he's got this look in his eye. He's dressed in.
He does have like a. You can tell he's changed.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I want to fucking murder you guys." Yeah.
Eat the rich, what Michael says.
Yeah,
Eat the rich.
So
they force him at gunpoint to eat all the stuff,
all of it, like a whole crate full of it.
Yep.
And then they
after they leave, they're still eating it.
Yeah, they just
got
leave him.
mind control of them.
Yep. And you hear the sirens. They're like, "Well, the police are coming, so we'll just leave you to." It's like, why do both? I don't know, but damn it,
don't you
really
dare
mafioso.
question Mo's motives.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No Mo motives.
No Mo motives.
So they leave. We think that's in the movie. Then we see some shady back alley.
Yeah.
There's two guys waiting. And pulls a truck.
Yeah.
And he says, "You got the stuff?"
Yes.
Opens the back, and we see that the stuff has now hit the black market.
Yeah. As it does when you ban shit.
The guy pops it open, takes a taste, and he looks like it's the real deal.
Freeze frame.
Written directly by Larry.
Yeah. And let that be a lesson to everybody. When you ban something, you're just feeding money to the black market, you stupid fucks. That's all I have to say about that. He made that point well enough.
Commentary from the stuff.
Yeah. Another commentary from the stuff.
Guys, that was
brilliant.
the stuff. 1985 is the stuff.
Woo,
Larry Cohen,
boy.
Michael Moriarty.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's hear what we all think about the stuff in our next segment. The quality of the stuff.
The quality of the stuff.
Let's get stuffy.
Let's get stuffy.
I kind of just threw up in your car.
I know.
I'm sorry. I mean,
That's all
I just
right.
ate shaving cream.
Well, everybody has to eat shaving cream once in a while.
Okay.
We just watched this stuff. Your guys' first time, my dozenth time.
Yeah.
Multi-dozenth time.
Yep.
Which have you watched more? Have you watched the stuff more or Good Will Hunting more?
Oh, the stuff.
Probably
Stuff more. The
Yeah.
stuff. Good Will Hunting I found late, but the stuff.
You're
well,
welcome.
I found late too.
God. Bruh, the amount of time it took me to get him to watch Good Will Hunting.
No kidding.
The amount
Really.
of time it took me to make you watch the stuff.
I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know, Tyler.
Eric, why don't you start us off? Give us your out of 5 rating.
No. Talk
okay.
about what'd you think of the stuff?
So, all right. Moriarty, brilliant as far as acting goes. Like, I really, really did enjoy his performance.
Mhm.
I really like the points that they make in this movie. Like, that was some good critical satire right there. That's what it's about. That's the juice, consumerism, and everything.
I think
they touched on their points really well.
The message it has is really good, but I still, even today, it's marketed wrong. because
It is.
Even
Yes.
it's still marketed as this like body melt horror movie,
And it's not.
And it's
No.
not.
This is a satire.
There's only a couple instances of that happening in the movie.
Yeah, the moment
Right.
you told me it was satire, I was like, this whole movie makes sense.
Everything
now.
about it
Everything
makes sense.
just like
Yeah.
right into place.
Right.
This is poor marketing. I wonder if marketing lady had a hand in the marketing
Well,
of this movie.
Like
'cause
if you look at the cover, like the VHS, even my DVD,
Yeah.
and stuff, it's
It
like
looks
someone
like body
it's
horror.
A guy like melting out of the fridge and stuff.
yeah.
And that never really happens. We never see one like full on melt. We see Charlie like his head explode or whatever,
Right.
and we see some
his
like
head explodes,
we
some
see
gooey
some goo
stuff.
coming out of people's mouths, but
Yeah.
it's not a full on like body melt. David Cronenberg, The Fly stuff.
Right.
It's not like that where
No.
people are like falling apart. Which but it might have been cool to see that.
I mean, that would have been, but I actually preferred this. Like, if this had tried to be a legitimate horror movie, it really would have sucked a lot worse.
Right.
But as a satire, I very much enjoyed it. I really think that's a terrible shame that it gets so mismarketed because I think it could have gotten a little bit more, a little better reception.
Right.
Because, I think the plot was pretty good. Like, and the writing really was. As far as the writing goes in some of these movies that Tyler makes us watch, it really wasn't that bad.
There's definitely worse.
There's definitely worse. I could see why I could approve of this being one of your favorite movies that you grew up on. No, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's I like I said, I don't even know how I found this stuff. I really don't.
No.
Probably just some
The stuff found
late night
you.
sci-fi
Yeah.
or some bullshit.
Right.
Wherever you find your movies.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it, Mike?
I really wasn't into it because I was like, okay, this movie's just it's smart.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
right.
it's become like.
It
See, that's why I've
Yeah.
told people all the time. It's a smart movie. It's a timely movie. I feel like.
But you
It
have
is
to know it's
smart.
satire.
You do.
Exactly.
You do. That's the biggest failing in this movie is that you don't go into it knowing it's satire.
Because you didn't
you're
tell me at
Joe
the beginning.
Schmo.
I was just sitting there watching like Jesus.
Yeah, I had no
Christ.
idea. I just thought it was just a hokey horror movie.
And was
I
you
was
just like-
searching a little bit about it after we
'Cause
watched it.
Yeah, I heard you say
Or
the
no,
whole
a little before we
yeah,
watched
because
it.
I heard you say at the end that's consumerism, underlying tone, and all that.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Yep.
you didn't get that though.
Why
I
would
got
I?
that the first time I watched.
Didn't get what? What is it?
The
The
satire
consumers,
of it.
no,
satire
I
of it.
didn't.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I got
but-
that right the first time I watched.
Oh
it.
yeah, this is
That's
American
what I've always liked
consumerism
about
to
it.
a T.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
something I've always-
exactly how Americans consume products.
Exactly. It's
It
very
really
well
is.
done.
It's well done because yeah, man, I'm gonna get like really hateful on like consumers because like it is disgusting. But I'm
This-
one of them. I'm one of these people.
This movie would like be really good to like be remade. I feel like in the right hands.
Yeah, in the right hands.
Be
I think.
remade. So
Yeah, we'll
does
call
make
it
it does
Cohen.
make a pretty good point. Yeah, we're going to add that to our list of movies.
Remake.
I was like, consumerism just
yeah.
turns into social media instead.
Exactly.
Sure, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It totally applies. Like, this is a timely
it can
movie.
Still be a product, like something like the stuff,
Right.
but it would just more emphasis on like influencers. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cohen just chose. I found quotes earlier, and I don't have them ready now. But he had talked about how, like, the whole point was, this satire on consumerism, and he just picked dessert as one of the things that he could have critiqued. But like, there's all sorts of like, I'm a cigarette smoker. I'll admit it, and I felt personally attacked, but it's fine because I'm attacking back. I'm like, yeah, Americans are stupid with their but it's it's just the world we live in, and I
Right.
think he makes a lot of really good points about it. Makes me angry now. I'm angry. Why am I so angry?
I mean, there's some
Because you relate to it. So like, God, you're like,
I'm projecting. Yeah.
like energy
Yeah.
drinks. All three of us can attest to that.
Right.
We
Right.
know they're fucking poison, but how many?
We
energy drinks
know
do
that they're bad for us, and we keep doing it anyway,
yeah.
which is what makes that one part of the movie
So
just so
you're
unbelievable.
feeling attacked, is what it is.
That is what it
Right.
is. That's why I'm so angry. Oh man.
Just leave me alone.
Just leave me alone. Leave us alone.
It's smart satire.
It
Smart
is.
satire.
No, that you know what?
And it's timely. I feel like this is a movie. It's still like the message still applies.
I think it does still apply. Yeah, like
Or timeless.
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 There we
Timely.
go. That's a
Timeless.
good. Yeah.
I love it. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
I just don't pick. I don't pick up on satire until it's spelled out for because then everything clicks to me. So
Man, I don't know. I think this was kind of on the nose.
This was really on your
Yeah.
nose. I'm kind
well,
of
yeah, but I
surprised.
don't know. I don't seek out satire
Miss-
films, so
Mr.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
Mr. sits at home and has a Rubik's Cube, can't pick up on random stuff. The stuff that sounds a little too smart for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Went over your head.
yeah.
Oh man.
But you wish you would have stayed at home watching shitty movies a little more now, huh?
Might be a little more worldwide.
Yeah, a little more wise.
Yeah.
Play chess,
I
you know.
love it. I think this movie is just it's a fun movie. Like it's not a good movie. It's a
but
good
it was
movie.
fun.
It's not a great movie. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. And when you watch Larry Cohen's movies, this is definitely like higher up on the
yeah, I think this is the first one of his movies that you've shown us that I've actually enjoyed watching.
I honestly am not that big of a like aside from the stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't that big of a Larry. I have just by chance showed you guys 3 Larry Cohen movies. I'm not like a Larry Cohen. Like
You're like, wait a minute, there is a connection
Cohen did
here.
a movie. Fuck yeah. I'm not all those guys. Like I just like the stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'll attest to Q, the Winged Serpent. I'm not gonna make you guys watch that.
Fair.
I don't even say it's a bad movie.
Oh, damn it, is it?
It's to my standards. I mean,
Okay, gotcha.
Depends what
That's
you guys
fair.
think of that. I mean,
Well, that's fair of you. Yeah.
apparently the movies I like are shitty, but
They
the
are.
ones I don't
Yeah.
like are
Yeah.
good. You never know.
Yeah.
But
your movie suggestions comes with disclaimers or
They do.
asterisks.
I will always tell people like when I suggest a movie, I'm like, hey, it's a movie I really like.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
just
They
understand.
understand.
But
We understand.
It sucks too when I find like a quality movie. I'm like, you guys need to watch this. Everyone's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
you
sure.
made me watch Uncle Sam. I don't know. Bubba Hotep is about a goddamn mummy and Elvis. Like, I don't know about that. Oh no, it's really good. Well, you said Uncle Sam was good too. Like, it does make it hard for me.
We just need a word for it, for one or the other. Like, is it good or is it tie good?
Yeah. Just make it specify. I'll tell you, like, it's a legitimately good movie, or it's a movie I enjoy.
There we go. That's the distinction.
Yeah.
Is it a movie that Tyler enjoys or it is a good movie?
So, Eric, what's going to be your final rating of this?
Ooh, all right. I am going to give this film, let's see, 3 out of 5 Mo punches.
3 out of 5.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's pretty.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
What about you, Mike?
Damn it.
Need a minute?
Mo Punches was so good. Damn, that was so good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I wanted mine to be something about Mo, but I couldn't quite land on anything about Mo.
You need some Mo puns.
Unfortunate. This was going to be a 3, but
Okay.
after learning satire, I'm going to push it up to 4 yellow suits out of 5.
4 yellow suits out of 5.
Boo.
I know that's the best I can come up with right now. He took Mo punches. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, honestly, I am. So, what'd you give it?
A 3 out of 5.
I gave it a
Mo
4.
punches.
It's not going to get a 5.
I can't
out of
believe
me.
you gave it a higher rating than I did.
Well, just because
I-
after learning
to
about
be honest-
satire is what made
To
me.
be honest, you gave it a higher. I'm gonna give it a 3. Like I enjoy some of you.
Yeah.
Well, no.
You seem like you enjoyed it the least out of the 3 of us.
Well, it don't get the 5 because I'll never watch it again.
So I'm
I
gonna give it 3.
Getting
Michael and
lethal.
his fucking 4 yellow suits.
4 yellow suits.
You couldn't give it like I don't know, like 4 stuffed pillows or
No.
4
4 tanker. Nah,
yeah.
tankers is.
Yeah, see, now you're searching
Yeah.
like I was searching.
Yeah,
like
that's
I,
true.
I didn't want to steal another punching. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
right.
piggyback off
4
his over
4
there.
lakes of stuff.
4 lakes of stuff.
Wow, this is really. See, it's not as easy as you
Abusive.
thought.
it's not-
abusive
it- I-
stepdads.
I will attest. This is always my least favorite part about like Ash vs Evil Dead when we have to do this.
Making it up.
Well,
I know.
sometimes
I
it
wish
just
we had
jumps
just
at you.
standardized our 5 out of
No,
5, but
I
it is
think
kind of fun making
It
them
is
up.
kind of fun, but then
Yeah.
a lot of them you will listen back. You're like, that's what they had.
Yeah.
or it's worse. You come up with it in hindsight. You're like,
Fuck.
I'll
I
listen
thought I
back.
could-
Like, fuck, why did I say?
Why
Oh, it's
didn't I
such a
just-
lame fucking thing I said. Why did I say that? It's so fucking lame. Like Michael, it's probably gonna happen to you like later when you're like editing this and you're like,
God damn it.
Yellow suits. What the fuck?
Why didn't I say yada, 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 instead?
Why did I say 4 Mack trucks or something? I don't know.
You can always go and edit yourself.
Yeah, I'll just-
Yeah, you could just.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 4 racist colonels
Out of 5.
out of 5. I am surprised you gave it a higher rating than I did.
I
Well,
am
just
too.
because it was,
A
was-
good
it was
movie.
super-
I
it was
appreciate
a good
I appreciate
Yeah, it was a good
satire
movie.
when it's done well
See,
because
that's-
it was
yeah,
done
it's
well.
very
It was
good.
done
for
well.
satire. It was done
Yeah,
well.
This movie is very timeless. It's got a
Yeah.
good message
yeah,
and it does it very well. Like
It
I
does.
think this movie could be remade.
yeah. I think I think some people just need to watch this movie again these days.
Watch
like,
the movie and then
kinda-
like somewhere
yeah.
along the line, like a group of podcasters go to Bulgaria and
Yeah,
Just
Yep.
stop it.
makes it
Yep.
even more brilliant when they switch to that secondary product where it's like, yeah, okay, it's got a little bit of this
taste.
harmful ingredient. It's like going from cigarettes to
Right,
vaping.
yeah.
Like, fuck me.
Diet
It's too
soda.
good.
It's diet soda.
Diet soda. Yeah,
It's
right.
like, oh,
Here's
it's
the better
diet.
version. Yeah,
Diet.
it's not
healthy
as
for
bad.
ya.
Man, you know what? Is it too late to change it to 4 out of 5? I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to stick
4 out
to
of
4.
5?
4,
I told you it was
4 out
too-
of 5
it was too
mo
clever
punches.
not to give it the 4.
It is. God damn it. It just, the more I think about it, the better it
It's
gets.
not going. It's not going
Yeah.
to get the 5 just because I'll never watch it again.
Right. Well,
Right.
I might watch it again to show somebody.
Man, it's on Tubi for free. So.
Tubi for free. You heard it here.
I am happy. You guys like the stuff. You guys like
It was well done.
It wasn't.
well
It wasn't boding well until Eric broke the news to me. That's what I'm saying. It was not boding.
Oh
well.
man, you get a very well done social commentary.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of cool moments in it. Some
And
good
Mo
effects,
is a fun guy.
And fucking
Mo was a
Michael
fun guy.
Moriarty is there.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to have to seek him out in movies now. Michael Moriarty.
Q,
I was
it's not a
impressed.
bad. It's not a great movie, but Michael Moriarty's in it. He's the lead in it.
Is he?
He directed it too, didn't
yeah.
he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Larry Cohen did.
Oh, okay.
But
Is Moriarty the Bruce Campbell of Cohen? Is that what this
Are we
is?
actually going to go watch all of his films just because
my
of this?
God. Oh man, I want to seek him out. I want to see if
think
he's this good in other
you-
movies. Like, the movie doesn't have to be good. I seriously enjoyed watching him. Like,
Yeah.
he carried me through this movie, really.
I thought
Like, he's the reason it- yeah.
I thought
Just, he carried me through the movie, and the awkwardness of that kid carried me through.
Yeah.
The movie. I just want
That
to see
kid
how
was kinda-
awkward he was going to keep being.
Yeah. He was pretty
Oh.
cringe. He was just, yeah.
Oh,
there's a Larry Cohen documentary on Tubi.
Ooh.
Add that.
we don't have to.
Well,
We don't have. I didn't say
we don't have to, but we
to,
might
but-
have to.
Well, it's-
I'll add that to my list. I'll watch that tomorrow. But no, as far as Larry Cohen, this is my favorite Larry Cohen movie. He does a lot of stuff. He's a filmmaker I admire because he does stuff like I would do. Like, he just does weird off the wall shit, like, Uncle Sam slasher movie, or
Yep.
a cop slasher, and like all of us just like, I don't know, I just want to make a cop slasher. Like, there's no like,
Yeah.
even Maniac Cop the whole time. Like, why is he back? And Uncle Sam like, why is he back? It's like,
Yep.
just want to do a cop slasher.
Just go do another cop slasher.
Just wanted to do that.
But it doesn't have the budget to fully
Bring the vision to life.
bring the vision to life, but it's still fun. It's like one of those movies you watch, you kind of see where they want to go with it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Quetzalcoatl, the
Oh, from South America.
South America.
I can't remember the
yeah,
which
it's that
mythology,
giant
but
snake
yeah.
bird.
Oh, well,
It-
that's interesting.
It just gets
Ooh.
loose in in New York, and it just like starts picking up people off of rooftops and drops them. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole movie. Until Michael Moriarty and David Carradine have to like fight it.
And it's called Q because it's
Q, the wing serpent.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yep.
So you pronounced it better than I did. That's for sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie.
He's probably watched all the
Yeah.
behind the scenes of it. He's heard the word over and
There
over
you go.
again.
I'm surprised. I don't think I own it. I'm surprised I don't own it.
Interesting.
But
But you own 3 or 4 Mario Bros.
5 Mario
I
Bros.
saw
Jesus Christ.
I saw the cover of Q, and it looks it reminds me of a little bit of Puff the Magic Dragon.
I like
little bit.
that.
The
I
way
like
he
Puff
looks.
the Magic Dragon.
The
Well, then
design.
you'll love Q wing serpent.
There you go. Yeah.
But
Alright.
yeah, so there we go. I got to
That has
you
been
guys
the
watch
stuff.
this stuff. I can't believe you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
so
Oh
much.
yeah. I did.
I'm happy.
I did.
I love my favorite thing is like, aside from showing people shitty movies, when they like the shitty movies,
Gives you a little validation there.
or when they can appreciate them. If they don't
Right.
like them, they can appreciate what drove me to them. Because
Yes.
this
And I-
movie at a very young age, I was like, this has got something to say. Like, I thought,
and you're just like straight up.
Oh, doggos are barking. All right. Well, it sounds like a good time for you to take us out of here, Tyler.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the stuff as part of our Cult Talk Net Cultober event.
Cultober.
I'm not sure where this-
Cultober.
Yeah, Cultober. I mean, stick around. This all leads up
Yeah.
to our big special
Which will go
Halloween
much-
special trick or treat.
Which will go much better this time around. 'cause
Yes, it
I'm-
will.
Yes, it should go much better
Yes,
than the
because
last time
Michael's
we
here
reviewed
to
a
make
Larry
sure that we
Cohen
don't
film.
fuck it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.
Yes,
this has
thank you so
been
much.
Cult Talk Night. It's been Ty.
Eric.
Michael.
Thank you for listening. Happy Cultober.
Ooh, happy
We're
Cultober.
out.
Enough is never enough.
Everybody has to eat shaving cream once in a while. You know why they call me Mo?
No, what?
Because every time people give me money, I always want more.